All right, guys, welcome back to the videos. Got a new one for you. In full disclosure, I actually was almost done with this video, but I got little boys that like to come and play with that, so I did get interrupted. So I'm going to start this one all over again. I'm going to run through this, but I did pick up a new set of, as you can see here, these are the Gearwrench metric flex head. Let me bring it down here so you guys see a little better. Flex head ratcheting wrench set. And that part number, as you see in the top right corner, is 9902D. So what's nice about this set, and we'll dive into all these little features here, is for me, is the quantity of wrenches that you get that are flex heads. It's not very often you find sets that are this inclusive of the number, and it's virtually skip free except for two, which are, so it starts at 8. You can read here, freeze if you'd like. But it's missing 20 and it's missing 23. And quite frankly, I don't know when the last time I used one of those metric wrenches before. So, that being said, this is, for me, a full set of wrenches that goes beyond, I mean, most sets, if you get another Gearwrench set or whomever, your sets typically go 8mm or start at 8mm or 10mm, and they go up to, say, 17 or maybe 19mm. Very few go to 21, I feel like, and anything past 21, good luck. Now, for me recently, I've been finding myself using, obviously, this larger end for various nuts on vehicles. And so it's been nice to know that there's a complete set, and this popped up actually on Amazon Prime Day, and it finally got here. But pricing wise, it was great. I think it was $175 for the whole set. I think they're usually north of 200. But it's a good complete set. Now, looking on the back, you may be asking yourself, well, is this the one set made in China or is it made in Taiwan? It is indeed made in China. It is nice though to know that this has a lifetime warranty. Apex Tools does a good job. They have a fairly simple process for warranting out their products, taking pictures, submitting them in, and then they'll send you out a new one. But this is a nice set, and you're not breaking barriers with this 72 tooth arc swing, or 72 tooth, giving you a 5-degree arc swing. That is a great setup. I feel like this is the starting level for most gear wrenches, and they go up past there 90, 120, and beyond. But for me, 72 tooth actually is a good, comfortable spot that I like. How strong the gear mechanism is, and it's been around a long time. I like the 72 tooths a lot. So for me, this is a good and complete set that I'll be utilizing in my toolbox. So some features, nothing earth-shattering, off-corner loading. Everything nowadays does that. Flex head, it says it does here on the back, 180 degrees. I think that's a lie. I'll show you here. We'll use 14 today as an example because that's probably one of the most common used ones besides 12 and 10. But take a look at that. That is more than 180 degrees. So plenty of degreeing that happens there. Now, I'm going to, for example, pull out another gear wrench. Now, this is an older set that I've had. So the bottom one you see, obviously they don't keep their stamping the same, so you can read them the same. But the older one you see here, this one's probably at least a decade old, that I've had for quite a while. And this one's made in Taiwan. So it's a nice set. And this one you see up here is obviously the Chinese-made set. So between the two, they actually, you put them side by side. Let's see if we can really portray that here. They are very similar in profile and design. Gearwrench also tends to put these raised edges, right? This is actually more like knurling on one side of the ratchet. It's actually kind of a cool feature. Just look at the head real quick. That looks the same size. Yes, head profiles even look very similar. So I like a little bit better on the Taiwan, but chrome finish all the same. Now get back to this knurling on the top. This knurling actually tells you that you are on a specific side, or you're handling a specific side of the wrench. So, for instance, as it's holding here, it's clicking up. When you press down on the knurling, that's telling you the direction you're going. Likewise, you flip it over the backside, your fingers on the backside, you're pulling. So that is the work side. Whatever side the knurling's on, you know that's the side you're pushing on. I think that's great because you don't always know which direction you're going. Now, this is the older one. They did used to show you with an arrow, hey, that's the direction you need to swing. The newer one, not a darn thing. So you don't know which direction you're going. So good luck there. Looking at the fasteners, I did notice just a minute ago that the fasteners, the screws that go in here, right? These are using Torx, I believe. Yeah. They look to be the same size, but the heads, if you just the focus, right? That's a larger head. So I prefer that because as these get old and you want to tighten them down, that gives you the ability to get in there without worrying about stripping out or breaking off, right? The end of your Allen wrench. So the Taiwan made wrench is actually the lesser. It has a smaller head. So that actually shocked me when looking at these two. So functionality wise, and a good way too, guys, to tell if you got an old set or new set of Gearwrench. I'll throw them on here. The new Gearwrench likes to do the GW, and then the old Gearwrench actually likes to show a gear on there. It's really hard to tell, but that's a quick way to tell. And also now they've also changed their lettering, so definitely looking different. And these ones just say 14. All of them say 14 millimeter. So looking at the head profile, let's take a peek. They look almost identical. I think the older one is just a little bit narrower here in the throat, or not narrow, a little bit wider. But as far as the heads, I'm actually going to say the Chinese one is a slightly smaller head in this example. So you'll be able to get into probably a little bit narrower areas. And that is the struggle when dealing with these ratcheting end wrenches, is as you're getting a fastener and it's up tight against the wall. These are more difficult to use than, say, your fixed box ends. So I do like that it's a little narrower, but that does come at a compromise for strength, right? If you're really putting the beans on these. So overall, I mean, I'm actually impressed. It is virtually on par, I would say, with the Taiwan built wrench, quality wise. Take a quick look at some of these other ones. I mean, you can take a look at the 25. That is a big girl. Now, what's nice about these, and some of you guys are new to these wrenches, is the pawl is actually inside of here, and it's only one direction. And so these are actually non-serviceable, so they're actually pressed in, and there's a retaining ring that holds them in there. So they're able to keep it slightly smaller because it's the single direction, and so you just got to learn to adjust by which way your wrench is going. But all in all, these actually look really good. Now let's take, real quick, I want to take some measurements and see maybe how good these are. Now we'll start off with the Taiwan set, so you guys could see how wide that opening is. So we'll zero this out. So I'm gonna get a good accurate reading of C. So we're reading in at 14.18. That is actually a good reading. That's a nice tight wrench. Okay, we'll jump in next to another gear wrench I have. This set is also, I think the set is also made in China. Yes, you tell by the finished quality on this one. This is a little bit older, but let's take a look at it. See if these stack up to each other. 14.10. So 08 was better on the Taiwan built. All right, we'll do, here's a set that I've had for quite a while. This actually might be my oldest set, a Taiwan set. Either this one or that other angled set. Okay, take a reading real quick and see. All right, we had it there a second ago. 14.05. That is very tight. That is a good wrench. All right, and then I got these newer ones. These are a set. These are the 90 tooth. Well, these are still single pawls. Some of the higher ones have a dual pulse system. Okay. Let's get that in there, and let's, give me a second here. Just turn it till it gets to the lowest point. 5. Impressive. A newer set that holds a tight clearance. Okay, now finally let's run the 14 on the Gearwrench. Let's put it in there and see where we come out at. 14.09. I had an 09 in there. Let's try that again. There's 10. I saw that. Huh, so a little bit looser. Not quite as tight. So let's say it's 4. I saw 14.10 click off there. So just a fair bit more clearance. Still fairly good. Let's grab another one. We all like to use number 12. We'll throw that in there. Just double check, see how good our clearances are. I'll get you on there so you guys can see. There you go. 05, 03, 12.03. That is a nice tight reading. Let's do one more just to be sure. Another pretty popular one is 17. Let's try that out real quick. We'll do 17, maybe we'll finish off with 25. Okay. We'll throw her on there. There you go. 17.07 I saw in there. So that's a good tight clearance. Maybe I just had a fluke with that 14. We'll do the last one, 25. And realize, guys, as you get higher up in these numbers, that clearance number is not going to be as a big deal. I mean, if it's going to be a 0.07 or 1. Okay, so here we're at 25. Oh, okay, got tighter than that. Sorry, guys. Get you a good angle here. Okay, so 25.10. So that's a better number for the 25 because that's just a much bigger fastener. So I'd say, all in all, guys, great set. If you're looking for, I would even argue to say, if you're looking for a set that does it all, because I have all the other, fixed heads, or you got your, let's say you got your 15-degree angle on the end with reversing lever. I mean, these are still nice to have, the reversing ones. But I would say, hands down, the set that I try to reach for the most is the flex head ratcheting. And I would recommend getting yourself a complete set that starts at the low end of what you typically work on, 8mm. That's pretty much as low as I'm going to be going on a set, like for most anything I'm working on my vehicle or in the garage. And then all the way up to 25. And it virtually has no skips. That kind of set you'll use all the time, and you'll take it with you everywhere, and it will not leave you stranded. So, and once again, I find myself using the flex on the end because you get into places where the angle, right, a straight angle is not going to work out for you, or even a 15-degree angle. And quite frankly, having 120 teeth on a straight wrench versus 72 on this flex head, these are going to be used much more often, and the 72 tooth honestly is a sweet spot that I really like. They last a long time. They take a great beating, and if they ever fail, Apex Tools Gearwrench does a pretty dang good job of giving you a replacement. So I'm going to give these a thumbs up. Granted, they are Chinese, but I think these have come quite a long ways. Each one of these feel good on their gear ends, right? They're nice and solid and tight. There's no play in them. They're tight wrenches. Like, they don't flop either, right? These are snug. These are tight, and that is important. If you asked me 5 years ago about these gear wrenches, this would have been a different story. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you like the material, and if you do, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and please comment. What is your experience with Gearwrench? Am I right about Gearwrench in the past, future, present day? And Are they a good one to go with in the near future? I'd love to hear you guys' comments. All right, stay tuned. We'll keep these coming at you. All right.